God had his hand on me through this entire thing, through my career, because things just fell into place. I met the right people who had my best interest at heart. I mean, how many people could say that they joined a group as a CFO at 29 years old and 6 months later, the group's come in to say, we'll pay for your education. We believe in you. We want you to be with us as part of the family for a long time. I mean, to me, that's not about me. That's about God having his hand on my life.
So first and foremost, walk us through how you got into the field of orthopedics and how long have you been with your current practice?
Okay, I have been in the field of orthopedics for almost 25 years, and I've been with this group exclusively for that amount of time. My background is in accounting, so I'm an accountant by training. I went back to Auburn, War Eagle, and got my MBA in healthcare specific. So I feel like that's a really strong, solid base to be in the position to understand accounting, financial statements, the ins and outs of everything, and then to have that business background. So started in public accounting and worked in public accounting for a few years. And then my first entry into healthcare, I worked for the Chattanooga Heart Institute. I was hired as a staff accountant right out of college when I finished, and then worked my way up there to leadership in the accounting field, and then was hired here at Center for Sports Medicine as their CFO, and was only in that role for about 6 months. They were growing from a kind of a mom and pop organization of about 78 employees and 8 doctors, and they were looking to have a management team and asked if I would take that CFO role. They very quickly, within about 6 months, asked if I would be willing to be groomed and go back to school and take on that CEO role. I was 29 years old, so they believed in me. What an incredible group of doctors to believe in me and push me to, and help mentor me and give me all the tools to be successful.
Thanks for tuning in to the Healthy Careers Podcast. In 2024, we reached over 32,000 listeners and ranked in the top 15% of all podcasts. We're proud to have SharePro Health as a sponsor and are currently looking for 2 more partners in 2025. If you're looking to connect with healthcare leaders, providers, and innovators, we'd love to spread the word about your service, product, or business. Reach out to me, Maddie, for more details. Cool. And as far as, maybe some of the pros that you see as being in leadership, like what are your favorite parts of being a CEO?
Mentoring is my absolute favorite. One of the ladies that serves on our senior team, she started with us working at our front desk as a receptionist, and she worked her way up. She went back to school. She got her degree. She started taking on more and more leadership roles, more staff to manage. And she has now been promoted, and she is the administrator of our ASC, 38,000 square foot building, 10 ORs. And so those kind of things are what excites me, to just step back and watch and be able to identify people who have just terrific potential and then just push them into what they don't even imagine for themselves.
Yeah. And sometimes it takes somebody to see that because, like I said, we don't always see outside of our own selves. And there's so many people that even when you go out to eat nowadays, I will have a waiter or, a server, and they come up and you can just tell they've got the personality to do more than what they're doing. And I want to be like, hey, have you ever thought about recruiting? Have you ever thought about this? Because you can see it in people that they have the drive, but sometimes it just takes somebody to say like, hey, jump. And the net will appear, right? Like, I've got your back and I'll help you.
Our chief operating officer started with us right out of college as a physical therapist. And so, again, grew in the organization, went on to get her hand certification, took over the one department, and then took over all of PT. And then when the position came open, I asked if she would take on the COO role because I knew she could learn the clinic side just based on it. So it's just those kind of things that I think are so important in leadership.
Yeah. Well, and that builds culture because people feel like I can stay here. Like I would imagine that your tenure is incredible because people don't leave if they feel like there's a path, right? But if they see other people working hard and getting rewarded for that, and that, hey, you might not have the stereotypical background for a COO where you went to Harvard and got your MBA and you graduated top of your class and you've worked at this, big corporate company for 15 plus years, but the inside culture, the people, how we operate, our values. And to me, you can't teach those things, right? Everything else you can teach, but you can't teach somebody to want to be there and to speak the same language.
Right. One of my mentors told me very early in my career to always hire people that are better than me and then stand back and let them do their job. Don't be intimidated. Just hire people that are better than you at their role and then watch them work the magic.
Exactly. You can't micromanage them because then people that need to be micromanaged, in my mind, are underperformers.
Exactly. And I won't micromanage.
No.
Anyone that works with me will tell you I won't micromanage.
No.
I will not.
Yeah, I've let go of people because I'm like, this is exhausting for both of us. Like, you can't be having fun. And I promise you it's not fun for me to have to hold your hand.
Right. Exactly.